What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another Tottenham update video for you guys. And the Europa League draw of the last 32 has been made, and Tottenham have been drawn against Wolfsberger of Austria. How are you feeling about that draw, John?
I think it's all right, actually. I think they're seventh place in the Austrian league. Lask, I think, are second. So, and I think we're good enough to beat Lask. So I think we've got enough to beat Wolfsberger.
So you're happy with the draw?
Yeah, I am actually.
I'm even more happier with the rest of the draw.
I know. Yeah, let's talk about that.
When you look at the rest of the draw, the notable ones: Manchester United go away to Real Sociedad.
Yeah, good.
Which is actually a really hard tie. Sociedad starting the league really well out in Spain. Arsenal got a tough tie against Benfica.
Oh, brilliant!
That's lovely. That's probably the hardest tie anyone could have got. Jan Vertonghen will be licking his lips at that. I know why we sold Jan Vertonghen to Benfica. It's clear now, isn't it? Agent Jan. Agent Jan. Glasgow Rangers go to Antwerp, a team we played. Leicester got an easier draw against Slavia Prague. Villarreal, Unai Emery's Villarreal go to RB Salzburg. And Ajax play Lille, which is probably two of the bigger teams left in the tournament as well. So you got to be happy with the draw.
Looking good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I am.
It looks like Arsenal will probably go out. Man U remains to be seen. So Tottenham against Wolfsberger in the last 32. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Are you guys happy with that? Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the Europa League draw. At first, when the names got pulled out, I thought it was the German team, Wolfsberg.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but even better that it's the
Austrian
team.
They're actually doing quite well in the Bundesliga. I think they're fourth. So
All right, well, let's move on. I know we're late to the party on this one, but Jose Mourinho got voted as manager of the month of November. So all you Jose haters, eat your heart out. I don't think there are many of them left, to be honest, the Jose haters.
Who else do you think could have challenged for manager of the month, apart from Jose, when you review it?
Up for it? I think Ollie was up for it, and David Moyes was up for it. So it was up for those three.
To be fair, West Ham have surprised a lot of people. That wouldn't have been a bad shout, actually. Yeah.
But surely Jose gets it on merit. For sure.
We've won every game, haven't we, this month? Yeah.
All right, let's move on. And these are
apart from yesterday.
These are reports from Mike McGrath of the Telegraph, a 1.5 tier source from the Spurs Express, and he claims that Dele Alli will be allowed to move away from Tottenham during the January transfer window. Spurs want full market value for him, but a loan deal is also possible. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, sad, isn't it? Really, I want 50 million for him.
I think those days are long gone.
I'm hoping Levy does a Levy here and manages to sell him well, because he's still 24. He's still obviously a very talented player. He just doesn't fit into our system anymore. I think that's the angle Levy needs to take with this. So it would be sad to see him go, if I'm being honest with you. I can't see him fitting in with Spurs anymore. When he was at his best, he was playing actually as a striker. When you look at the
second striker, yeah.
But when you look at the heat map, he was often playing further ahead than Kane in 2016, 2017. He doesn't have that luxury anymore. And also, when Ali used to play, he was like a kid in the playground. He was like nutmegging. Do you remember? He was just like, he was allowed to play. But now he has to work, and that's a totally different style for Dele Alli.
Do you reckon if Kane and Son gets injured, he can play that role, or do you reckon he doesn't have enough defensively for that?
I don't think he's got enough defensively. The thing about Son that he doesn't get the credit for is he is up and down that pitch, and his defensive skills are being overlooked, but he actually gets in there for the second ball and it creates that counter-attack. He does a lot for the team, Son, that I think it goes a little bit underlooked.
It's exactly what I was saying about player ratings yesterday or this morning about Son against just on the weekend now against Palace. He didn't have a great game going forward, but the work he was doing
puts
for
in
the
so
team,
much work,
the sheer miles that he puts in is just second to none. But Alistair Gold, a very reliable source there. Everyone knows Alistair Gold, obviously. He's backed up the claims about Dele Alli, and he says the club will hold talks with Dele next month. If his situation doesn't change, a permanent or a loan deal would then need to be decided for January.
Where do you think he would go? Where can you see him going?
Well, the name that's been bounded around is PSG.
Yeah. I can't see him going to someone like Villa, can you?
No.
I just can't see Dele Alli wanting to pull his socks up.
He's too good for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it seems as though from all the reports from the reliable sources that the writing could be on the wall for Dele Alli, which is a bit upsetting, to be honest. It is sad.
Yeah, it is sad because there was a time. Can you imagine? We're in a twilight zone where imagine in 2017 you would have said in 3 years' time we keep Eric Dyer but we want to sell Dele Alli. Can you imagine that 3 years ago? You'd have said, "What are you on, mate?"
Yeah, I know.
But that's literally happening. It's crazy.
Alistair Gold has gone on to talk about Harry Winks, and he says there are currently no chances of Harry Winks leaving in January. Spurs don't want to weaken their options or let a homegrown player leave, but surely Dele Alli's a homegrown player as well.
Well, kind of, isn't he? Came from MK Dons.
Yeah, but when I say homegrown player, I mean a player that's considered homegrown in the Europa League squad and the Premier League squad in terms of the foreign quota.
Oh, is that, do you think, what they mean?
That's what I
took that to mean, like, came through the youth. That's what I took it to mean.
Right.
But what do you make of that?
I can see where they're coming from. I think if Harry Winks does leave, it leaves us very short in centre midfield. We're a Højbjerg or a Sissoko injury away from having nobody there, because if Højbjerg gets injured, who do you play there?
Exactly.
If Sissoko gets injured, who do you play there?
Yeah, we're short in there. Yeah, definitely.
So I don't think you can let Harry Winks leave unless you bring in a replacement.
Yeah,
that's the honest truth.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I think a lot has been made out of Harry Winks this season. I think that he has come under kind of criticism, and quite rightly so. But I think the criticism has been a bit over the top.
I don't know really. I mean, I've been saying the same thing about it's nothing new to me. I don't think he's performed any worse this season than he has in the last few seasons. I just think the quality's got better, so therefore he's been pushed out more.
I don't think that he's a bad player. I don't think that he's a player that was Winks, get out. I think he's a good squad player, but he's never going to be good enough to start week in, week
Not
out.
anymore.
For what
I
we're
agree
trying
with
to
that.
achieve.
Yeah, I've always said he's a good fringe player. He's a good player to bring on, a bit like Lamella, to change things up a little bit. And he is a very tidy player. He's good on the ball, got good feet. But I just think when you compare him to someone like Højbjerg, I'm sorry, you're Højbjerg all day long.
Or even Sissoko in that role.
Yeah, I think you need to have that drive, that muscle, that physicality. And he's not known for tackling that well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not great in the air. He's not a leader. Whereas Højbjerg is all of those things. And I think when you compare the two, you see the difference. But he's a homegrown player. I like him. He loves Spurs. He's got a great attitude. He's one of the when I watch him, even the behind the scenes stuff, he just loves the club. Very professional. And I think we should try and keep him there somehow.
Yeah, I agree. Little mini Naeem, mini Winks from the halfway line. But now let's move on. We've got some quotes from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I love this guy, Zlatan. I really wish we could have signed him in the summer. Look how he's smashing out Serie A at the moment.
He's 40, isn't he?
Top goal scorer in Serie A.
That guy's that's another freak.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 40 and he's still
outscoring Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this guy is absolutely world class.
He's Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
he's
completely.
an absolute Rolls Royce.
And he's talking about Jose Mourinho, and the quote is that he has proven that he is a top coach, one of the best. So he is just continuing to do what he's doing. So it's no surprise. I know who Mourinho is as a person and as a coach, and the philosophy that he brings out is a successful recipe.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. There you go. From
on,
the
Zlatan.
man.
Come play for him then.
Come play for us then. Put your money where your mouth.
But yeah, that's a good quote from Zlatan.
Yeah.
There's reports from KPMG, the financial giants. They say Tottenham's first team squad is now estimated to have the market value of 785 million, which makes it the 7th most valuable squad in world football. As a result, Spurs are the only club inside the top 10 who are not in the Champions League.
Yeah, I thought we were we were 10th most valuable, but it's 7th, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 7th most valuable, not most valuable club, but the squad. Value.
Okay, yeah. Well, hopefully next season.
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
be in it. Yeah.
We'll make it 10 out of 10 next season. Let's talk about this Harry Kane and Heung-min Son record. Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton are the only pair to combine for more goals in the Premier League this season, and that was 13. Heung-min Son and Harry Kane are already on 12, and it's only December.
Oh, they're going to smash it. They're absolutely going to smash it. The thing about those two, they're just individually, they're incredible. So the thing is, it's like they'll pop in a 30-yarder, but then Kane will have passed to him in his own half.
It's a bit like that Tom Carroll pass to Gareth Bale,
like Yeah, do you remember that? The Tom Carroll pass to Gareth Bale against the West Ham game when he scored in the last minute.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that with those two. It's like they get the assist, but often it's just the individual brilliance of the other player. So it's not like an assist where it's laid on a plate. It's just like it's like left to the individual brilliance of that particular player.
Yeah.
But somehow they're getting the stats, that they're getting the goal stats and the assist stats for it. So fair play.
Yeah, 100%. And on Heung-min Son, Rio Ferdinand has come out with some weird quotes, and he says he claims that Man United should go out and get Heung-min Son because he is gettable, and Man U have the financial ambition and pulling power to take him away from Spurs. Let's just think about that for a second. Manchester United, yes, historically, great club. When Rio Ferdinand was at Man United, yes, they would have had the pulling power and financial backing to take him away, as they did with Berbatov, as they did with Carrick. But it's not that time anymore.
Why would he take a step back?
On what exactly? But on what basis
can
Rio Ferdinand say that?
It's such entitlement, you know, and that's just living in the past, you know. Like I think what we should do this psychologically. We should have people come out and say, should Spurs go in for Bruno Fernandes? Should Spurs go in? Do you know what I mean? Just to establish ourselves psychologically as the bigger club or on a par with them. Because when you put up with this and they actually give this like airtime, you know, they actually let this into. It's absolute waffle, isn't it?
It's garbage. It's just absolute garbage. Yeah. Daniel Levy will be reading that and laughing his head off.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to treat ourselves like a big club, so we just got to completely laugh that off, which, you know, for the joke that it is.
All right.
Sorry, Rio, but get in your lane, mate.
Exactly. Let's talk about a new contract. No, it's not for Heung-min Son, but it is for Harvey White, who signed a contract to 2024. I really like the look of Harvey White from what I've seen.
I'm desperate to see homegrown talent coming through and establishing themselves. You know what I mean? I really want to see it.
You've got Harry Kane, obviously. You've got Harry Winks.
Tanganga, yeah. I love it when they come through, you know, it's exciting for the club.
A few players in the youth as well, you know, you've got Troy Parrott, Harvey White, Ollie Skip, Dane Scarlett as well, who I've been quite impressed with when I've seen him.
We're going to talk about Skip hopefully
I mean, Skippy we'll get onto in a minute, because we'll get onto a bit of loan watch, but I think he's been ripping up the Championship completely. But Harvey White, have you been impressed with what you've seen so far from him?
Yeah, I think he's looked good. I think he's looked bright, I can see promise in him.
All right, well, now let's get on to some loan watch and let's go on to Ollie Skip, who played 90 minutes for Norwich yet again in a 2-1 win against Blackburn, and Norwich retained their place at the top of the league. I mean, the manager, Daniel Farke of Norwich, just is coming out with plaudits after plaudits after plaudits.
Waxing lyrical about him.
Literally waxing lyrical about him.
Yeah.
In the first stage of the season, he was playing a CDM role, like the Højbjerg role. Now their kind of first team CDM has come back from injury and he's moved into the kind of Sissoko role where he's got a bit of an engine to drive the team forward as well, and apparently he is absolutely excelling in it.
I love Skip. I've always said this. I've always said that I actually prefer him to wings. I've seen more in his game. I know he didn't play that much for us, and I know he had a couple of ropey games, but the games where he really got on the ball, he just looked great on the ball. His distribution was first class, and he was always looking for that like first time ball, fizzed through the lines. Yeah. And I remember his debut when he came on. He just looked as though he'd played, you know, half a season.
Looks like he's beyond his age, doesn't he?
Oh, totally, yeah. And I just thought that was really, really impressive. Because normally when you play a debut, you don't want to F up, do you? You want to keep it safe and just make sure you don't make mistakes. He was willing to take risks with his passing, and I think I love seeing risk takers on the ball because I think that takes a lot of confidence, a lot of bravery. You know, Ndombele is the perfect example. He takes risks every time he plays, and I think if you can take a leaf out of his book, then I think that makes you a good player. And to do it on your debut was fantastic, and I from that day on, I went, I see a player here, I really do, and it's great to see him thriving now.
Well, a lot of the Norwich fans I'm seeing on Twitter, they talk about Ollie Skip being head and shoulders above anyone in their team.
Oh, is that right?
And how amazing is that from his age?
Yeah.
To go in, this is his first full season of top. Well, you say top level Championship, but it's first full season of like real football. You know what I mean? And to do that week in, week out. Yeah. Apparently, he's showing such consistency as well. I mean, this is really one to get excited about. And when you think about what Mourinho said about him, future captain. And from someone like Jose Mourinho, that is praise.
I didn't know that.
Mourinho, before we sent him on loan, he said this guy's going to be a future captain at Spurs.
Brilliant. Well, if Jose's saying that, then, you know, there's some promise there.
And, you know, we talk about Jose Mourinho, who's got this kind of aura about him. Not aura, but everyone kind of thinks about him not giving faith in the youth. But I think that's completely wide off the mark. I really do.
Well, how's he? Give me an example of youths.
Japhet Tanganga, he gave his debut to and feeding him through still to this day. Ollie Skip, he showed a bit of faith in him and the comments that he's made about him. Who else young has come through? Jack Clark as well has been playing a kind of a tiny bit part role. Look, I think it's completely wide off the mark that he's talking about these the fans, so the way they talk about Jose Mourinho and youth players. Okay. I really do.
All right.
And now let's move on to Ryan Sessegnon. He played yet another 90 minutes in a 4-1 loss to Leverkusen. Interesting to note, he actually played in a back four this time instead of a back five, so he played left back in a back four. Again, The fans there at Hoffenheim are really waxing lyrical about Sessegnon as well.
Player of the month
last month. So it's good to see from Sessegnon, because I said it before in the last Tottenham update we did, but when he was at Spurs, we felt that he was kind of a boy playing in a man's game, and he was kind of not showing that confidence to take on his man. But apparently now in Hoffenheim, he's really showing that confidence.
That's what I was really looking for when he first started to play. I just wanted to see that raw pace, that aggression, that taking on your man, overlapping, and we didn't really see that, and that's what disappointed me, and that made me think, have we actually got a player here or not? So if he's able to do that with Hoffenheim, and then we can reap the rewards of that, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think going out to Germany, playing in a top level league, playing week in week out, can only be good for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And last but not least, let's talk about Troy Parrott. He played 58 minutes in a 3-0 loss for Middlesbrough at Millwall. I mean, Troy Parrott, he is just coming back from injury. He's yet to complete a 90 minutes yet, so he hasn't scored a goal yet, obviously. But I think just calm down a bit on Troy Parrott. Just give it a bit of time.
How do you feel about him? Do you
to be honest, from what I've seen from him, I don't think it's been that good. I think I've seen more from Dane Scarlett than I've seen from Troy Parrott. But all the noises that come from behind the scenes talk about how good he is. So I just want to wait.
You have to wait.
Every time I've seen him play, he's either on the back of an injury or he's just got injured. You know what I mean? I think he's been plagued with injury over the past year. So
some players take a while to blossom. I mean, Harry Kane, when he first came through, I remember watching it and thinking, I can't see a player there. Honestly, I'll be honest. I can't see anything in this guy. And look what happened there. So sometimes the curve, the bell curve, takes a little bit longer to.
He's still very young. He's still very young.
Exactly.
So he's got time on his side. I back him to make it. Look, he's already made his Ireland debut. I mean, that is something.
I also feel as though he hasn't quite fully grown into his physique yet. You know what I mean? I still feel like he's like in that adolescent frame. You know what I mean? I think when he really becomes that adult body, then I think then he'll become the full pro. Then the finished article.
Agree with that. Well, anyway, that is the Tottenham update for you today. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding anything we spoke about today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.